For this problem, we're going to review the sign of the value of the trigonometric functions in each of the four quadrants. We've got a table, we've got our 6 trigonometric functions, and we've got our 4 quadrants. And we just want to fill in the table, each one of these with a plus or minus, indicating the sign of the trig function in that quadrant. Really, to fill in this table, we really only need to worry about sine and cosine. These other 4 trig functions are all related to the sine and the cosine. And so we're going to review that by writing them down below. The tangent of theta is equal to the sine of theta divided by cosine theta. Secant of theta is equal to 1 over cosine theta. So it's going to have the same sign as the cosine. Cosecant of theta is equal to 1 over sine theta. So it's going to have the same sign as the sine trig function. And then cotangent of theta is equal to cosine of theta over sine theta. It's going to have the same value then as the tangent. So we'll start off with sine. Remember that the sine is equal to or corresponds to the y coordinate. In quadrant 1, the y values are positive, so the sine is positive. In quadrant 2, the y values are positive, so the sine is positive. In quadrant 3, the y values are negative, so sine is negative. And in quadrant 4, the y values are negative, so the sine is negative. For cosine, we dissociate cosine with the x coordinate. So in quadrant 1, the x values are positive. In quadrant 2, the x values are negative. In quadrant 3, the x values are negative. And in quadrant 4, the x values are positive. And once we have the signs for sine and cosine, we can determine the signs for the rest of the trig functions. To get the tangent, we just need to look at the ratio of sine over cosine. So if sine and cosine have the same sign, it's going to be positive. If they have opposite signs, it's going to be negative. Here, sine and cosine have the same sign, so tangent's positive. Here they have opposite signs, tangent's negative. Here again, they have the same sign, so tangent is positive. Here they have opposite signs, so tangent is negative. Secant is 1 divided by cosine. 1 is positive, so basically the sign for the secant is going to be the same as for cosine. So we look at the cosine values here, we'll get plus, minus, minus, plus. For the cosecant, cosecant is 1 divided by sine. Since 1 is positive, the sign of cosecant will equal the same sign that we get for the trig function sine. If we look over here at sine theta, we get plus, plus, minus, minus. For cotangent, it's the ratio of cosine over sine, so it's similar for with the tangent. If cosine and sine have the same sign, positive or negative, then we will get a positive value. If they have opposite signs, we'll get a negative value. Here sine and cosine have the same sign, so we get a positive. Here they have opposite signs, so we get a negative. Here they have the same sign, so it's positive, and opposite signs, so it's negative.